It's Thursday at 8 a.m. and this is Season 1, Episode 2 of The Election Edge. I'm Jackson Mitchell. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to start first with some breaking news out of the Senate. Voting that Secretary of Homeland Security, I should say, is not guilty of two articles that passed in the House as they voted to impeach him. I think it was sometime last month. Again, he is not guilty is what the Senate ruled, meaning he will not be impeached from his job. Okay, now we're going to turn second here to Trump on trial. 7 jurors have been picked in the hush money trial that accuses Donald Trump of 34 counts of falsifying business records in the reimbursements for $130,000 to Michael Cohen, who allegedly paid the hush money to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. Now I want to start by going through each juror and what they answered on key questions. Now, something to note here is there were 42 questions to limit people with strong biases from the jury box. This is some pieces here from the Hill's reporting. First juror, which is the foreperson here, a man who is originally from Ireland and now lives in West Harlem. He works in sales and gets his news from the New York Times, the Daily Mail, Fox News, and MSNBC. He will serve as the foreperson, as I noted earlier. The second juror, a woman who is a native New Yorker and has been an oncology nurse for 15 years. She spends her free time with family and friends and taking her dog to the park. The third juror, a young middle-aged Asian man who lives in Chelsea and grew up in Oregon. He is a corporate attorney. Now, the fourth juror is a middle-aged man born in Puerto Rico who has lived on the Lower East Side for more than 40 years. He told the court he has, quote, no spare time for hobbies and is self-employed. His wife is a writer and child works in sales and research. The fifth juror, a younger black woman and Harlem native who has taught English language and arts for 8 years. She has never been married and has no children, and she said she considers herself a creative at heart. Now, the sixth juror, a Disney employee who was previously a student. She has 3 roommates and is unmarried without children. The seventh juror lives on the Upper East Side, but is originally from North Carolina. He is a civil litigator. Civil litigator and is married with 2 children. He gets his news from the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Post, the Washington Post, WNYC, which is the local, I believe, I'm not sure which, if it's ABC, NBC, CBS, or Fox, but the local news station there, and listens to podcasts Smart Less and Car Talk. Now, we do have a quick look here on a video that I want to show you guys of what Trump said outside of the courtroom and what he believes all about this case, what his opinion is. Listen in.
We are going to continue our fight against this judge. We think he's totally conflicted. He's a conflicted judge. As you know, we're in appeal. I don't think there has ever been a judge more conflicted than this one, so we'll see how that all works out. We're having a hard time. We're having a hard time with the New York State system. It's under watch by the whole world, and it's not looking very good. So we think we have a very conflicted, highly conflicted judge. He shouldn't be on the case, and he's rushing this trial, and he's doing as much as he can for the Democrats. This is a Biden-inspired witch hunt, and it should end very quickly.
And we're going to move on to some more congressional news, but not from the Senate, and rather from the House of Representatives. The Speaker of the House's job is being threatened once again after Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene filed the motion. Now, Representative Thomas Massey, both Republicans, have said that they do support impeaching him. While that is not enough to break the slim majority of the Republicans in the House, it is also unknown if Democrats will vote in this case to kind of save Mike Johnson. I was listening to an interview from a representative on CNN who said, I think, I'm paraphrasing here, but he said, we are not going to vote to revoke his, office because for doing the right thing. That was an interview on CNN yesterday, I should say. Representative Massey posted, quote, "I just told Mike Johnson in conference that I'm co-sponsoring the motion to vacate that was introduced by Representative Green," end quote. Now here's a piece of what he had to say on the steps of Capitol Hill.
So the reason this was put in the hopper and the reason I co-sponsored it is to try and avoid the situation where he gets vacated from the floor. Because if he sees that he doesn't have the support, and he does not, but he hasn't come to that realization yet, if he would announce that he will leave in 8 weeks, for instance, like John Boehner did, we could replace him without going through all of that on the floor.
Now, Trump is expected to be back in court here in about 30 minutes. It's 8 a.m. Central Time, so about 30 minutes here, he'll be back in court. Now, we've got a lot of stories that we've been covering earlier this morning, and we will continue to cover them. Consider following our X page, where I'm going to be updating you on everything involved in the Trump trial, the hush money trial here. That is at JacksonmitchellBN. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow at 4 p.m. Have a great day.